Athletes across the world are kneeling during the national anthem. This is occurring even at the highest level of exposure to sports, such as the NFL, NBA, and other leagues. Specifically, the NFL has dealt with kneeling with the most eyes watching. The NFL displays firsthand the connecting, selecting, and perceiving information to the idea of kneeling. Today, I will be discussing the communication concepts of selecting information, perceiving information, and overall communication process regarding the NFL flag protests. Now, hearing and witnessing information are two different ways to perceive information, and both have different purposes and impacts. Hearing information will teach it to you, therefore you learn the concept of information being discussed. However, you do not truly understand the information until you really witness it firsthand. Roger Goodell talked about this exact point in his interview with Emmanuel Acho after visiting a poor black community. Goodell stated that it's better than hearing it. You feel it. Demonstrating how important it was for Goodell to witness the cruelties towards black communities firsthand instead of just hearing about it. This example really shows how Goodell's perception was completely changed. He went from feeling bad for the black community to truly getting a better understanding for their suffering. This witnessing of information was much stronger than the hearing of information because he was able to feel the problem rather than hear about it from a distance. It is important that we all must try to perceive this information through listening as well as witnessing on the injustice going on in America right now to further educate ourselves so that we can all gain a better understanding as Goodell did. Now, perceiving information isn't the only thing being displayed in the NFL today. Selecting information is also on display. The American flag is seen as a symbol of America and patriotism by many eyes. So they were upset by the kneeling. However, the kneeling was not about the flag. The people kneeling simply felt that they cannot stand for a country that allows racism and inequalities towards black Americans. This controversy was first brought to major attention by Colin Kaepernick, an NFL quarterback at the time, where he refused to stand during the national anthem. Initially, Kaepernick was ridiculed by most of the country. People called him a terrorist, a non-supporter of the troops, saying that he hates our country. However, that cannot be farther from the truth. Kaepernick was choosing to kneel to spread peace and equality for African Americans. This is a prime example of how people choose to select their information. Selecting information is the first part of the perception process in which we focus our attention on certain incoming sensory information. Now, as time went on, many other professional athletes followed Kaepernick's lead by taking a knee. Therefore, Kaepernick was able to spread his message to the people. And USA Today even quoted him saying that the reason behind all of it was that I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. And that he was not bashing the military or people who serve the country like many had assumed, including Goodell. Goodell initially fined Kaepernick and tried to get him out of the league because he had only selected to perceive information that Kaepernick was bad. But as Kaepernick's movement grew, Goodell was finally able to understand that the kneeling in the NFL was not about the flag. However, that took a bit of time, and this goes to show the fallacies of communication within the NFL, and how it is hurting the black community from growing and gaining equality. Overall, the communication that went through the NFL during this time was atrocious. It only caused malice towards players, fans, and staff within the NFL. If they were to calmly figure out why the players were taking a knee at first, then I don't think any of this would have escalated to the level that it did. Currently, the NFL is doing a much better job communicating with each other. You have some players taking more knees, and those same players holding hands with their teammates that are standing. However, there's still room for improvement. It is vital for Goodell and the rest of the NFL to use their platform to influence their fans and spread the truths of black inequalities in America, as well as influencing their young fans to help shape the next generation. With all this attention being drawn towards the issue of black equality, Now is not the time to slow down. Everyone needs to keep pushing and make this more than just a popular trend. It is important for people to be open to selecting and perceiving information, and like the NFL and Goodell has grown to do. My advice to everyone on what they should do is vote in the upcoming election. Reach out to your community and try to help shape their ideals. And in your own life, just try to treat all your peers equally and fairly. Now finally, I will end this with a quote from my favorite quarterback, Joe Burrow from USA Today. He's a quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals and is a rookie, where he stated, "The black community needs our help. They have been unheard for far too long." Thank you. Let's see.